Please welcome from Tala via Texas, one of the fastest athletes on planet Earth. It's Rhasidat Adeleke!
This ain't Texas, ain't no home. Lay our guns down, 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 down. So park the Lexus, control the pizza, stick around, round, 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 round.
There you go. Wow. Lots of love in the room for you tonight. Welcome to the show. Welcome home.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. First time.
I mean, we're so happy. We've been trying to get you for so long. I know you're really busy. You're back for a little bit now. You're back home. How does it feel to be back with your mum? And
it's amazing.
All the good stuff.
Because I usually don't get to come home for this long. I usually only get to come home for about 4 or 5 days. So being able to be here for a couple of weeks and actually spend quality time, chill, watch Netflix, like stay in late nights, early mornings, like just being able to chill. I love it.
And you're back in your old room, are you?
Yeah.
That must be
Childhood
weird.
nostalgia.
Yeah. I mean, you walked out here, these guys went nuts. I mean, how does it feel to be a proper superstar?
Honestly, I just see myself as me still. But I think it's not until I see the reception that I get from people and the acknowledgement and, you know, people recognizing me on the street. I'm like, oh, they know who I am. I'm actually like a bit of a public figure, maybe? I don't know.
No, you definitely are. I mean, you made so many memories for us over the summer, and I know Paris, for you, does all of this love take a tiny bit of the sting out of not managing to get on that podium in Paris?
Absolutely. I think seeing the amount of people who are supporting me, showing me love, and still so proud of me, because I'm very hard on myself as an athlete. So I saw that fourth place as defeat. You know, I couldn't get over it. I had like literally PTSD like the following weeks, and I just couldn't believe that I did not medal, because I envisioned myself medaling for so long, and the fact that my dreams didn't come true and having to wait another 4 years.
But you know what's weird about this? I mean, that was the fastest women's 400 Olympic final in history.
Yeah.
Your time would have won gold in London. It would have won gold in Rio. I mean, is that any consolation to you?
No.
Really?
Unfortunately, no. I wish.
You see?
But
Stone
no.
cold winner. That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Yeah, no. But honestly, seeing the reception I got, seeing how many people were congratulating me, saying they were so proud of me, it definitely took the weight off my shoulders a bit, because if I didn't make myself proud, I made other people proud. And that's something for me to look upon and be like, okay, well, I still achieved something, you know. People were saying they really loved watching me run, like it brought them so much joy. So that's, I feel like, an achievement in itself.
But I mean, just the pride for all of us. I mean, you know, what was it like for you to walk out there in that Irish vest?
It's unreal. I think having it in Paris, having it in Europe, there were so many Irish fans. I'd walk out into the stadium and I literally felt like I was in Santry. Like in Morton Stadium, literally, like the flags, the scream when they announced my name in the stadium, it was phenomenal. Literally, I couldn't believe it.
Irish fans.
The best in the world.
We get everywhere. I know you were a sporty kid. I was trying to work out during the week whether it was running always the plan, because I know you played a bit of you played a bit of basketball. How did the running start to come to the front?
I did it all. Like, I did so many sports, and I think me being fast allowed me to be good at so many other sports, which was maybe a bit of a detriment when it came to football, because I'd always run past the ball and I'd have to go back. So I was like, yeah, maybe I should dibble-dabble in this running thing that I'm quite good at. And my primary school teacher, Miss Lunny.
Miss Lunny, and we have Miss Lunny in the audience tonight. There's Miss Lunny. Shout out to Miss Lunny.
Yeah.
Tell us what she did for you?
So I would do like the annual track and field championships in primary school, and I'd win them and I'd do very well. And Miss Lunny was like, "You need to join a club. Like, you need to take it to the next step." And she gave me the forms, application, like she talked to the coaches and everything. And I just went down. She pretty much organised everything, and just from there, you know, made history.
We got to ask Miss Lunny, I mean, what did you see and when did you see it in this woman?
It's so nice to see her up there. You know what? She was so young. She was 9, 10, and I think we already knew that she was going to be a superstar.
Do you know what makes me feel old? Oh. Is that I'm looking at you. You're her teacher, and you look young. You look young to me.
Thank you. No, do you know what? She was from a really early age. I knew, everyone knew, the staff in St. Mark's knew that she was something special. But she was like really determined. She had everything that made a good athlete at a really young age.
But there was also, she almost didn't get into Tala AC.
So, so we used to go down her first, I keep telling people this, the first race she ran was the 400 metres, and she didn't like it. And she said, "I'm a sprinter, Miss Lunny, I'm a sprinter. I don't think I can do this distance." And I was like, "That's because you don't want to sprint it at the same pace. You know, we have to go back and rejig or whatever and come back next month." And she did. And then I think she placed third. And the third time she won. And she got a taste of winning, and that was that. There was no stopping her. But she was really self-driven, self-motivated. She would be in first with her form. You had to get parents to sign the form, you know, so she could go. She would be the first in. She'd like, "Can I help you? Can I do this?" She was really determined to do well. And she was a pleasure to teach.
I mean, how does it feel to hear that?
Unreal. Like, it's been such a journey. And just being able to recognise the people who helped me get to where I am today. Like, I just literally wouldn't be here without everyone who supported me and assisted me to every single step of the way.
And I know your mum is your biggest fan, and you're her biggest fan as well. I mean, how much did she give up for you to get a chance?
So much. Like, she would sacrifice so much. Like, me being successful, and me and my siblings, like, being successful is her priority, and being happy and just being able to have everything that maybe she never had, or everything that she wants us to have to be whoever we want to be. And she gave us that stepping stone. Like, she would always make sure we had everything we needed, always. Swap shifts so she came to training, take me to my competitions. Like, she just did so much, went above and beyond every single time to make sure that I could achieve my goals and live out my dream.
We've got your mum in the audience as well. There's the day. Beside Miss Lunny. Ade, when you moved from Nigeria all those years ago, I mean, did you ever dream that Rhasidat would be winning goals for Ireland one day?
Oh.
It's emotional, isn't it?
Not really. But, you know, I thank God for our life, because without God, nothing is possible. It's not by our power, it's by the glory of God.
I know how competitive, just even hanging out with you a little bit, I can see how competitive you are now. How competitive was she as a kid?
Oh my God. She's driven, focused, and determined since she was growing up. That's she.
There you are, doing your stuff. I'm thinking here, the love that you have here, you know, with your family and your support with your teacher. You got a scholarship to one of the best athletics programs in the world in Texas in 2018. How difficult was it to leave your family and go and do that?
It was hard because I was going to a whole new environment that I'd never been exposed to. I went on a visit, but that obviously didn't measure to actually living there for months on end and not being able to see my family like face to face. And I think the biggest thing was trying to get used to not having my mum do everything for me, because she literally done everything for me growing, as I said. So I had to figure out how to do the laundry. I literally didn't even know where the pods went. I just had to ask.
Hang on, this was when you were 18.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Wow.
No, I know, it's so bad. But she done so much for me, so it was hard not having her in my day-to-day life. But I think the family aspect that was available at Texas was probably one of the reasons why I went there in the first place. Because like, when I went on my visit, it was like I'd known them my whole life. They were so nice, and there's so many international students there as well, and the staff were amazing. So they done so well at being able to make us feel at home and giving us everything that we needed.
But you were also going from being, you know, the big fish in the small pond to the smaller fish in the bigger pond. How difficult was that?
Yeah, that was definitely hard because I think I got used to always performing at such a high level and winning, and, you know, I was never really facing that much disappointment. But once I got there, my first race was terrible. I came last by about 20 meters. It was so bad. And I was like, I want to quit. I want to go home. I hate this. Because I got there in January and most people got there in September, so I didn't have that fall training. So I got there 2 weeks, I was straight into competing. And it took me until the outdoor season to start making progress, and I was like, okay, you know, I'm doing it, because I was scared to go over in the first place. People always said, I'm gonna be a small fish in a big pond, you know, and that was definitely hard to get used to, but I stuck it through, and I trusted my coach. He spoke to me all the time and was like, no, Rhasidat, you're going to be great. Just listen to me. We're going to get this done. And we did.
And you are. You're getting it done. You're getting it done. Before we let you go, we got to talk about, you know, your new friends. You've got, like, you know, Hollywood friends. You're hanging out with Rihanna. Let's have a little look at this. This is Rhasidat and Rihanna.
Are you kidding me? I know!
Just having a little love in there. So talk us through. I mean, you're a huge fan of her, but you didn't know that she's also a huge fan of you.
Yeah, so I knew that she followed me on Instagram 2 years ago, after World Championships in 2022. I think she must have seen me somewhere and found me and followed me. And I was like, oh, Rihanna, that's so random. And I was like, should I follow her back? Should I not follow her back? I'll follow her back, go on. And so after that, like, her team started reaching out to me, sending me products, like sending me good luck notes for my races and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but I thought it was just maybe like her team. Like, she didn't really actually know who I was. And then I got the invite to the event, and I was actually able to go this time because it wasn't like during the season and stuff.
And this was just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
in
this was in London like 2 weeks ago. And when she saw me, she like couldn't believe that I was there. And I didn't realize that she would actually know who I was, because just because someone follows you on Instagram doesn't mean they actually know who you are. So she was like, oh my God, it's you. I can't believe it's you. You're here. And I was like,
Well, I can't believe it's you.
I was like, I can't believe it's you, no, literally. So yeah, it was such a crazy moment for her to recognize me and like just be actually following my journey, because like she actually knew who I was and was following what I do. So it was surreal.
We gotta work out where you're heading next. It's Tokyo. You're back in training when?
So I get back to training. So I'm starting off lightly on
Okay.
Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 weeks off, and then back to light stuff.
So
and
still a couple of packets of Tato on Monday?
yeah, you know, a little some pizza here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have 3 weeks of like getting into it. Then in October, after 3 weeks, we're fully into it.
And then the World Championships are?
In Tokyo, mid-September 2025.
2025,
Yeah.
and then you're coming back on the late at the end.